And Young starting as the three across the attacking midfield, with Ings starting up front. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff, Watford against Aston Villa.
Well, it's a very warm welcome and thank you for joining me on this independent off-tube studio commentary. It's the 3 o'clock kickoff from Vicarage Road, newly promoted Watford taking on Aston Villa. Match has just got underway and it'll be fascinating to see just how Watford approach this campaign in the Premier League, having worked very hard to get back into this division now under Isco Munoz. It'll be fascinating to see just how this team plays out. There are a few players left behind from the last time that Watford were in the Premier League, but there are quite a few new names as well. As for Aston Villa, they've made a few signings over the summer. They, of course, are minus Jack Grealish now, but still with Buendia, signed from Norwich, Young on a free, and Danny Ings from what seems to be a wholesale sale at Southampton brought in. So it really is a fresh-looking Aston Villa side, and we'll see how they get on today. Just to remind you of the full 11s for Watford. Daniel Bachmann is in goal with a back four of Christian Cabaselli, William Troost-Ekong, Craig Cathcart and Adam Messina. The three in midfield are Tom Cleverley, Okekamo Atebo and Juraj Kučka, with Ismaila Sarr and Ken Sema as the two wide men. Emmanuel Dennis plays through the middle up front for Watford, and for Aston Villa, Emiliano Martinez is in goal with a back four of Matty Cash, Esri Konsa, Tyrone Mings and Matt Targett. Marvellous Nakamba and John McGinn are the two holder midfielders, with Anwar El Ghazi, Miliano Buendia and Ashley Young as the attacking three, playing behind Danny Ings. But here's a great run down the right-hand side from Ismaila Sarr. Gets all the way to the penalty area, puts a cross in, which is deflected out, and it is going to be a corner kick. But that's a great run from Sarr down the right-hand side. Ball out for a corner. First set piece of the match goes to Watford. Great chance for them to try and get players into the box early on in this match. Interesting to see just how Watford take this season on. Saw a great start from Brentford in their Premier League campaign last night, taking Arsenal down by 2-0. And Norwich, the other newly promoted team, they get their campaign underway in the evening kickoff, also available on this service. They take on Liverpool. The corner kick is swung into the edge of the area, played back across the box, and then a strike coming in just at the edge of the box from Ismaila Sarr, but he gets that one wrong after that great run. The shot at the end of the corner kick routine wasn't particularly good. It goes out for a goal kick. You can see Dean Smith on our screens now. He's had a good time at Aston Villa, got them promoted. And their first season in the league was tough. Their second season in the league has improved. I say they have lost their flagship player in Jack Grealish, but they've made some good signings. I think that Danny Ings could potentially be an excellent signing. He was certainly showing some great form with Southampton before they let him go. But Watford caught in possession inside their own half. Here's a chance now for Villa breaking forward. Through the middle was Buendia, just dispossessed at the edge of the area, and it is a chance now for Watford to go on a counter, but the ball over the top is far too long. No chance of Sarr getting on the end of that one. It was Juraj Kučka that played that ball across, and it is now out for a goal kick. Plenty of action going on this service right now. You know, the other 3 p.m. kickoffs. Burnley already leading early on against Brighton. Goal for Burnley, scored by James Tarkowski. Chelsea 0, Palace 0, Everton 0, Southampton 0, Leicester 0, Wolves 0. Those are the other games available on our service now from the 3 o'clock kickoffs. And we also have the later game, as I mentioned, between Norwich City and Liverpool. It's Aston Villa in possession down the left here, with Matt Targett going back to Tyrone Mings. Sends a long ball over the top, and Ings is chasing that one. Ings can get on the end of it as well. Just bounced kindly there for Danny Ings, but couldn't quite get the control on it. Just rolls through towards goalkeeper Daniel Bachmann. He's now waiting for his teammates to get a bit further forward. Long clearance from Bachmann over the top. Ball now ends up on the right-hand side. It goes out for a throw. Chance now for Aston Villa to try and keep a bit of possession. We'll see how Emmanuel Dennis finds his feet in the Premier League. It's going to be a big test, this, for the Nigerian. Signed from FC Cologne, having previously played in Bruges as well. 23-year-old from Abuja. This is a big test for him in the Premier League, but also a good chance as well. And you'll know he'll need to be in good form, with crowd favourite and club captain Troy Deeney always waiting on the bench. And I'm sure that Deeney will be looking for his chance to get on the field today at some stage. But here come Villa now down the right-hand side with Matty Cash. Puts a cross in, which is just pushed out by William Troost-Ekong. John McGinn now in possession for Villa, going back towards the halfway line for Tyrone Mings. Mings plays that ball through, doesn't quite reach Buendia. Well, it did reach Buendia, but he couldn't quite control it. And the ball is now played through the middle here, picked up by Etebo. Good ball from Etebo to find Cleverly. He fires the ball down the right-hand side as Sarr should get there. Puts an early cross in as well. It wasn't a bad idea. Problem was that the cross was just a little bit too close to Martinez and just a little bit too far away there from Emmanuel Dennis. But it was a long clearance now over the top. Chasing this one is Anwar El Ghazi. El Ghazi trying to hold this up, gets pushed off the ball. He's waiting for a free kick there, El Ghazi, and the linesman literally almost had to jump out the way of that. He was stood so close to it. He decides it's just going to be a throw to the home side. The ball goes out for another throw here as El Ghazi desperate to try and win possession back for Aston Villa. It's the visitors doing what they can now to try and get this ball back. But it's now cleared up towards the halfway line, and the referee Mike Dean spots a foul there in favour of Villa. Ezri Konsa just pushed over there by Emmanuel Dennis. So visitors to try and exert a little bit of pressure here early on. Watford not seeing too much of the ball here as Ezri Konsa now waiting to take this free kick. Leaves it here though for Cash. Cash playing it back to Konsa. Villa's first thought is to just keep possession inside their own half. And they were well organised for long periods last season. But of course, it wasn't a perfect season. It's very difficult for any team to have a perfect season. But considering when you compare to what they were doing the season before in trying to avoid relegation, Villa were a much more solid mid-table side last year. And Dean Smith will be looking for more of the same with potential improvements and maybe throw a little cup run into the mix, and that really would be an excellent season for Aston Villa. But Watford now win the ball back inside their own half. It's a quick switch of play over towards the right-hand side. Cleverly holds this one up and rolls it back towards Christian Cabaselli. Then back over towards the right-hand side again. A bit of pressing there from Ashley Young, who of course started his career at Watford. It's always quite interesting how you get these little situations in football where Ashley Young back in England and the first ground he goes to is the ground he started his career at. But of course he does have plenty of history with Aston Villa as well. As Cabaselli now holds the ball up for Watford, goes square over towards William Troost-Ekong. Troost-Ekong now under a bit of pressure. Plays a long ball over the top looking for Emmanuel Dennis. That's a comfortable header though from Tyrone Mings. Villa now back in possession here with Ings laying the ball off and chasing this one down the left-hand side now. Ings is onside. He breaks into the penalty area. He's got options here, Ings. He tries to take it on himself. The shot is deflected and there's going to be a chance here maybe potentially for El Ghazi breaking into the penalty area. There was also a chance there for Buendia. But in the end, the move breaks down after Buendia's effort is blocked. But that was a very quick counter from... I wonder. I mean, the flag doesn't go up. I wonder if there was an offside there against Danny Ings. It seemed very close. He then gets into the box, decides to shoot himself, and maybe the better option would have been to try and find Buendia or El Ghazi, who are both waiting inside the penalty area. In the end, Ings doesn't do either. Dean just having a quick word with Danny Ings as well. Mike Dean, who was the fourth official at the Brentford Community Stadium last night for that famous Brentford win. Taking on Arsenal, winning by 2-0. But sadly, same old story from Arsenal with a lack of leadership in midfield, a goalkeeper not comfortable with crosses, and an attack which didn't get too many shots away. So it's the same problems that Arsenal have had for the last few seasons, really. We'll see how Mikel Arteta is going to try and fix those problems as the season wears on. We'll see how much time he gets to fix those problems as well, with quite a few Arsenal fans already very unhappy with the performance yesterday. And then in the earlier game today, we saw Manchester United take a 1-0 lead at half-time against Leeds United. Leeds equalising just after the restart, but then 4 quick goals from United, giving them a 5-1 win to start things again in this season. Just allowing myself to talk about other matters because things have slowed down here at Vicarage Road. A long ball played over the top, but now here's a great chance for Ismaila Sarr down the right-hand side. Villa have suddenly gone to sleep, and the ball comes in. It's a strike from Dennis, and it's in the back of the net. Watford take the lead on 10 minutes, and Aston Villa are guilty of leaving far too much space down that right-hand channel, left-hand channel as they look. And it's a really good finish there from Dennis, getting 2 chances to get his strike away. And it's a perfect debut here for Emmanuel Dennis, scoring inside 10 minutes here for Watford. Home fans are delighted with that as well. But Dean Smith and the Aston Villa coaching staff certainly won't be delighted. They were seemingly in control, seemingly had a lot of possession, but then that whole channel just comes completely uncovered, and it's a great run from Ismaila Sarr. The first effort charged down. Second effort, though, is straight back into the path of Emmanuel Dennis, and he drills that underneath goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez. And it is 1-0 to Watford. Just the start that Isco Munoz would have been looking for. Turns to the crowd straight away as well. Not surprised, it's just the start that Watford were looking for. It's always such a big deal with the newly promoted teams to get a good start, to feel comfortable in the new league as quickly as possible. And Watford, we could say outdoing Brentford. It took Brentford over 20 minutes to get their goal against Arsenal last night. Watford getting their goal here against Villa inside 10 minutes. And now we'll see what sort of response we're going to get here from Dean Smith's side. In the meantime, they've lost the ball down the left-hand side. It's a free kick in favour of Watford. Ismaila Sarr was brought down. Helped up there by his teammate Craig Cathcart. Now played square to Cabaselli. Towards the left-hand side. Long ball now from Messina is too long. Easily headed away by Ezri Konza. He played over the top, but there's really good work there from Tabo chasing this one down. And going square now towards Trusticong. So one of three Nigerians in the starting 11 for Watford today. William Trusticong, Ogekongo Etebo and Emmanuel Dennis. Three Nigerians starting for Isco Munos's side today. Dennis with that vital goal early on. Long clearance now from Trusticong, looking for his fellow compatriot Emmanuel Dennis, but the ball is cleared, but only cleared as far as Tabo. And Kuchkai now goes out towards the left-hand side. Messina with a bit of space, heading towards the penalty area. Messina's ball in is well blocked though by John McGinn. He then plays the ball forward for Buendia. Buendia back to McGinn. Outlet for Aston Villa right now. They're having to play the ball back, even further back now towards goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez. He then rolls the ball out towards the left-hand side here for Tyrone Mings. Mings out towards the left, towards Matt Targett, but Watford leaving plenty of players inside the Villa half. Certainly not making it easy here for the visitors to try and start any kind of attack. And they're actually taking a few risks as well, with that pass to Mings being very close to Emmanuel Dennis. Ashley Young now having to come back into his own half to help out. Matt Targett feeding the ball towards Danny Ings. Ings starting on the left this time, trying to feed that ball to Buendia, who is moving forward. That's a good block, though, from Tom Cleverley. And here come Watford now, going down the middle with plenty of space. Here is Cleverley now heading towards the penalty area. He's got an overlap here from Ismaila Sarr. Sarr does a quick turn and then puts a cross into the 6-yard box, headed away by... It's a good header away there by Nakamba. And the ball is now back in Watford possession down the right-hand side. Craig Cathcart back towards Trusticong and Cabaselli. Two big men in the centre for Watford. Initially I thought that it might be Cabaselli playing on the right, but it's actually Cathcart that's the right back this afternoon. It's with William Trusticong now, over to Cathcart on the right hand side. Plays a ball down the right channel looking for the run of Sarr. Sarr gets past his man, gets into the penalty area. It's still Ismaila Sarr. Oh, he's so unlucky. He tries to play that ball back to Kuchkai, who was waiting inside the penalty area. And the Villa defender, literally as he was moving his foot to try and turn, it just clips his heel, and that changes direction of the pass. And Ismaila Sarr's ball doesn't reach its intended target. But it was a good breakout from Watford, and far too much space here for Tom Cleverley. Watford captain broke into the penalty area, and after the initial ball was put in, it was eventually cleared away by Tyrone Mings. But good signs here from Watford. Certainly, barring that one quick breakout from Villa, Watford have looked good here in these last 5 or 6 minutes. And Villa now struggling to get out of their own half. Nakamba going back to Mings. So over on the left-hand side now with Matt Targett. He plays it back towards Martinez. Now it's over on the right-hand side with Matty Cash. Ball over the top here from Cash. It's headed away, and it is out for a throw. Right-hand side. Cash now waiting for his teammates to move forward. Try and get an early ball into one of them. Gets a ball back there from McGinn. And Villa now seemingly quite comfortable in possession, but so what? It's all inside their own half and they're a goal down. They've got to try and do something to just push forward a little bit. So Watford just playing with their tails up right now. It's hard for the visitors to generate any kind of attacking possession. Nakamba now going back towards Tyrone Mings. He plays it square to Konza, and Villa once again trying to play out from the back. There's no easy way for them to do so at the moment. 15 minutes gone here. Independent Offshoot studio commentary. Watford leading Aston Villa by a goal to nil. It's Ngakia, Gosling, Sierralta, Hernandez, Deeney, Rose, Fletcher, Loser and goalkeeper Foster on the bench for Watford this afternoon. For Villa it's Traore, Philogene, Badais, Ramsey, Wesley, Chukwuemeka, Bailey, House, Tuanzebe and goalkeeper Steer on the bench for Dean Smith's side this afternoon. That target going back towards Tyrone Mings, and he switches play over towards the right-hand side, headed forward by Matt Cash, but that's straight into the path of Ken Sema, and Sema is off now down the left-hand side. He's been marked by two Villa players, but he deflects the ball off Cash and carries on running after that one. Then Konza gets his body in the way. Sema runs into him and pushes him over. That's what Mike Dean has decided there. Sema has got that very surprised look about him, but I think he knows what the deal was there. Konza's clever defending, because Konza knows if he gets in front of that ball before Sema, then Sema's got two options: either leave Konza alone and let him pass the ball out, or run straight into him and give away a pretty straightforward, pretty easy free kick for the referee to decipher. And that's the option that Sema went for, unable to get that ball back. And once again, Villa playing at the back, but not able to get forward. Cash now down the right-hand side. To El Ghazi, but he's under pressure straight away, so he's having to go back towards Matt Cash again. Square now to Tyrone Mings. Now it's with Cash down the left-hand side, plays a ball over the top, looking for the run of Ashley Young. Not seen too much of him yet. Young does well there to turn though, and he fires a low cross in, looking for Danny Ings. That one is cleared back towards the halfway line. Mings keeping the ball alive here for Villa, finds Nakamba. Nakamba being hassled there by Cleverly, playing a quick 1-2 down the left-hand side with Young, but then the ball is out and it's a throw to Villa. Chance now for Villa to try and build a little bit of possession inside the opposition half. Ashley Young leaving this ball now. Side of won another throw, have they? Yes, they have, but they have to go back as Watford have their entire 11 deep inside their own half, making it difficult for Villa to find any space to try and have any kind of attacking possession. McGinn on the halfway line, going back towards Konza. It's square now to Mings. Mings down the left-hand side, finds Matt Target. Gets blocked by Ismaila Sarr, and it's going to be a throw to Aston Villa. And 18 minutes gone, still Watford leading by a goal to nil. As Target now with the throw. Waiting to see where his teammates are. It doesn't look like he's winding up for a particularly long throw, just gets it into Buendia. Then Buendia plays it square towards the right-hand side for Cash. Cash back to McGinn. McGinn square now to Nakamba. And Nakamba plays it into the box. That's a good block though, and a chance now for Watford to go on the counter. Really good work here in midfield from Ismaila Sarr, who is dispossessed, and he is fouled in the end. Mike Dean just wanted to wait a second to see if Watford got any kind of advantage, and when he realised that they didn't, he brings it back for a free kick. Just having his run stopped there a little bit, Ismaila Sarr. It was McGinn just cutting across him. Free kick now to Watford. Square ball from Etebo to Trusticong. But again, the pace of the match is quite slow, with Watford having this early lead and Villa having a lot of the ball, but Watford doing what they can to make it difficult for Villa to try and get forward. Now it's a long ball looking for Emmanuel Dennis. He bumps into Tyrone Mings, and it's actually a free kick in favour of Aston Villa after Dennis jumps into Mings there. Just checking the other scores across the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Just the two goals that we mentioned earlier. So it is Burnley 1, Brighton 0, and it is 1-0 here in this game. No other goals to tell you about in the Premier League. Ball now towards the halfway line. Cross, and it's now picked up by Nakamba, who is fouled. It is going to be a free kick to Aston Villa. Juraj Kučko with the foul, and it's now with Tyrone Mings into the Watford half under a bit of pressure, gets the ball in towards Matt Target. Target does well to control it, fires a cross in, which is well dealt with by Trusticong. It is back with Target. Now he goes short towards Emmanuel Buendia. Good ball from Buendia towards Cash on the right-hand side. And then plays it back towards the halfway line for Ezri Konza. Tyrone Mings sends a long ball over towards the right-hand edge of the penalty area. Cash playing it back to Nakamba. And Nakamba, a lot of space, but he's a long way from goal as well. Needs that ball into Buendia, who'd gone a bit deeper this time. Now Buendia playing a 1-2 with Nakamba. Buendia heading towards the penalty area, plays the ball into Ings. Ings tries to get it back to Buendia, but Cleverley is in the way. Although Watford don't enjoy much of a counter-attack. Cleverley was brought down, though, as he was trying to get that ball in towards Kuchko. And referee Mike Dean spotting that is going to be a free kick in favour of Watford. I have to say, though, looking at that replay, I'm not sure there was much of a foul there, actually. I think that Watford might have potentially got away with one there, but certainly they won't mind. They'll just slow things down, and it's more time that Aston Villa aren't spending on the ball. So from Isco Manoth's point of view, he'll be very pleased with that. Tristekong now with a long ball for Watford, looking for the run of Ken Sema. Sema's claiming a handball there. Now, I'm not sure if this was inside the penalty area for VAR to get involved. It was a long ball played to the edge of the Villa penalty area. Matt Cash gets there before Sema. I am not sure. I'm not sure it's a handball, and what I am sure about is it definitely wasn't in the box. So in any case, it's not a handball that VAR would get involved with. But it was close. I don't think you could say that was a handball, though, from Cash. But Kuchko now for Watford in midfield. That's a really strong challenge, and we may be getting a card here for Juraj Kuchko. Referee Mike Dean is known for being particularly lenient, but as I say, I'm not sure that there's going to be any sort of talk of a red card here. But you'd never like to say for definite. No, it is just going to be a yellow in the end for Juraj Kuchko. Mike Dean just explaining to him that was just a little bit too much. He's trying to get the ball, but he takes quite a lot of the man as well. I think what saves Kuchko from getting a red card is the fact that he's tucking his legs in. He's not actually sliding in and sort of with a really straightened arm, really straightened foot to take the man out or to go for an ankle or a knee or something like that. It's nowhere near as bad as that. So from that point of view, I think a yellow card probably was the right decision. A red would have been a bit too much. Now we're back in play. And it's down the right-hand side here for Anwar El Ghazi. Gets to the edge of the area, floats the ball in, which is headed away by Tristekong. Now for a throw to Villa down the right-hand side. And it's Anwar El Ghazi leaving this ball now. Leaving it for Matt Cash. Just waiting to take the throw. He's taking a bit of a long run up here. So a few players to aim for inside the penalty area. Mings has come up for this one as well. But it looks as though Cash is trying to get a long throw in. Lofts it quite high. Goalkeeper comes down. That's a good save from Bachmann. So it's good when your goalkeeper can come out in a situation like that and just calm the situation. Which is precisely what Bachmann did. Rolls the ball out towards the right-hand side. In possession now with Kuchka. This is the halfway line, plays the ball forward for Dennis, but that's easily stopped by Ezri Konza. He goes back to Tyrone Mings, with Ashley Young on the halfway line, playing it back to Mings. Mings under pressure, wins that, loses that ball in the end as he was trying to push forward. He may have actually fouled the Watford man as he was trying to win it back, but here comes Ismaila Sarr, plays a quick 1-2 with Cleverley. I think Watford, even though they're in possession in an attacking position, they prefer to kick the ball out here because they do have a man down. And referee Mike Dean now spots this. Let's see who that is, who is down in the middle of the park. We'll see here, it's just trying to keep possession. Dennis rolls the ball back to Ismaila Sarr. I think it's Emmanuel Dennis who's bore the brunt of that one. Good ball from Cleverley to get that one into Ismaila Sarr. But hopefully that's we'll wait to see whether or not Dennis has anything more serious, whether or not he's going to have to go off. He's not moving too much right now, and they're using this little break in play to show us a few replays of his goal as well. Important goal that Dennis scored in the 10th minute to give Watford the lead here. Tell you that there has been an early goal at Goodison, and it's Southampton. After the clear out they had in the summer, getting rid of quite a few of their players. It's Stuart Armstrong that's given. In fact, no, it's not Stuart Armstrong. It's Adam Armstrong, the new signing from Blackburn Rovers. That's given Southampton the lead there at Goodison, and that is a bit of a surprise. Although Southampton, of course, haven't sold all their players, and they're a candidate for relegation. I certainly wouldn't go that far, but potentially with a few of those big players sold, there was always a chance that they might have a bit of a slow start to the season. But against an Everton side themselves wanting to get a great start to the season under new manager Rafa Benitez, it's early lead for Southampton there. I must say it's great to see full stadiums across the league today. Fans across the country will be delighted to be able to get back and see their teams in person. Which, though it was interesting watching those behind closed doors games, particularly with the crowd noise, the fake crowd noise sort of turned off. You could hear exactly what the players and coaches and referees were saying to each other, and that really is something that we don't often get a chance to hear at certainly at Premier League level. But to have the full crowd back is great as well, and it always makes that atmosphere so much better. We're back underway here now. It looks like Emmanuel Dennis is okay to play on. Watford are in possession now with Tom Cleverley. His pass down the left-hand side isn't particularly good. Won't get through towards Matt Cash, and it is going to be a free kick, a throw on now to and the tell you as well that Chelsea have just taken the lead against Crystal Palace, and it's Marcos Alonso with a fabulous left-footed free kick that puts Chelsea one up against Palace. Here we had 27 minutes. Watford lead against Villa by a goal to nil. Watford are now pushing forward here with the ball played towards the edge of their area. It's really well played. Strike from Sarr as well is a decent effort, although it is straight down the middle. I would always expect Martinez to make a save with a strike like that, and that's exactly what he did. Here come Watford now, winning the ball back in midfield. It's just not happening for Villa right now in the middle of the park. That's good work there from Etebo to keep possession and go back towards Kabasele and Trusticong. Ball put up towards the halfway line. Lost very quickly though, and now it's back in at the edge of the area. Chasing that one was Danny Ings, but wasn't able to get on the end of it. Goalkeeper Bachmann comes out and makes a smart save. He waits for his teammates to get further up the field. So he rolls it out short towards William Trusticong. Towards Bachmann. I do wonder if this is a plan for the rest of the season. Is Bachmann now going to be Watford's first keeper outright, or is it going to be a bit of a rotation with Ben Foster? Foster, of course, a very experienced player, which is a polite way of saying that he's one of the older players in the Watford squad. And with Foster now being 38 years of age, it will be that Bachmann, Austrian national, who's 27, is being prepared as the first keeper for Watford. He's been here for this is his third season now. Didn't get much of an appearance in the first Premier League season, but he became the regular goalkeeper last year. In fact, I say the regular goalkeeper, he played 23 times, so it's pretty much half and half with Ben Foster. So we'll see what happens as the season plays out. Watford, in the meantime, having a bit of possession down the right-hand side, and they're looking for options here as well. And so the ball coming into the penalty area in the end is a little bit too easy for Martinez. He makes the save. Watford now give the ball away here. It's Dennis trying to play a ball down the left to play in Ken Sema. But it wasn't quite... pass was a little bit overhit, and that is going to be possession now back for Aston Villa. It must be a worry here for Dean Smith, because his side started well. They looked like they were in the ascendancy in the first 5 or 7 minutes. And since then, there has been a real improvement from Watford. Apart from the goal, they've looked better now, Watford, in the 29 minutes we've seen so far. And it must be a bit frustrating here for Dean Smith. I'm sure he would have hoped his side would have been able to boss the game a little bit more. But Watford, having scored early, have just got something to defend now, and it's just making it that little bit more difficult for Villa to try and generate anything at all, as Matt Cash tries a long throw down the right-hand side. Good header forward there by Etebo, out for a throw to Villa. Cash with the ball again. He's got a couple of options in. The Canber's close by, as is Emiliano Buendia. That's where the ball's gone. Buendia back to Cash. He sends a long ball through towards Danny Ings. Young slides in to try and keep that ball alive for Aston Villa, and he's able to do so. The ball is now with Matt Targett on the left-hand side. Goes square to McGinn. Well, it's Esri Konza joining this particular attack. He goes down the right-hand side for Cash. It's back with Konza. And now Nakamba. Nakamba being closed down. That's a poor ball from Nakamba. Easily picked off by Ismaila Sarr. And he's off down the right-hand side. Look at the pace of Sarr. Breaking into the box. Puts an early cross in. It's just a little bit too far away, though, from Emmanuel Dennis. And it is out for a goal kick. But that was a great counter. Started off by a really poor pass from marvellous Nakamba, giving it away, and Ismaila Sarr really going through the gears. He's such a quick player, Sarr. Get to the edge of the area, and in the end his cross was just a little bit too much of an angle for Emmanuel Dennis to get on the end of. It's going to be a goal kick now to Aston Villa. Ball coming in from the left-hand side, but it's well saved by a backman. That was a little bit better. I'm sure that Dean Smith will be happier about that his side just looked a little bit quicker in possession this time. It's Ings that have got further forward. He played it back towards Young. It was a decent ball in from Young as well. Just a little bit too close to backman, but teasing that ball in, trying to get it in for Anwar El Ghazi, who was waiting on that right-hand side of the penalty area. Ball now on the left-hand side as Watford look. Here is Ken Sema inside to Juraj Kučka. Kučka now getting to the edge of the area, trying to play that ball into Dennis. Plays a quick 1-2. Kučka takes it on first time. It would have been a lovely goal had it worked out, but Kučka, unfortunately for him, just put a little bit too much on that one, and he lifts it over the bar in the end. But this is a good response from Watford, and the Slovakian international there, Kučka, saw his chance to take a shot on first time. Would have been disappointed to have seen it gone as high over the bar as it did in the end. But manager Isco Munoz, he knows that his job is never safe, and that's because no Watford manager's job is ever safe. We've seen Watford managers do good things like Slavica Jokanovic winning promotion with Watford, and he still wasn't in charge at the start of the next season. And we've seen a couple of other managers who have seemingly done well in their position at Watford before being moved on rather swiftly. It's a policy here with the Pozzo family, but they'll be very pleased with this start so far here. Munoz has got a real tune out of Watford. They're well organised. They're defending this lead very well, although Villa are seeing a lot of the ball now, and they're going forward here again, the Villains, with a cross coming in from Matt Targett. Header was from Ashley Young, but the ball goes a long way over the bar. Young would have been disappointed there, but it wasn't an easy one to get your head to, and the ball is now out for a goal kick. To take it here is Bachmann. Plays it short towards Cabaselli. There's already a bit of pressure here from Young, and the goalkeeper playing all this, letting that ball roll all the way back towards his own goal line before he plays it out towards the right-hand side. Now it's cleared over the top. Played back towards midfield. Picked up here now by a Tabo, and he goes back towards Trustekong. Pressure here now down the left-hand side for Messina, so he has to go back into his own defensive line. But Watford are still dominating it really in terms of the attacking possession. When they go forward, they just seem to have a little bit more purpose than Aston Villa right now. And they're off down the right-hand side here. Ismaila Sarr breaking into the penalty area, brought down, but it was outside the box. It's not going to be a penalty, but it will be a free kick. There's a very confused look on the face of Matt Targett right now. He can't quite believe that the free kick has been given in favour of Watford. But it's a bit of a clumsy challenge from Targett in the end. I'm not sure he's got too many arguments to say that that wasn't a foul. And Watford now with a great chance. The ball is on the right-hand edge of the penalty area. So a good ball played in here could certainly cause a few problems for the Aston Villa defence. That's certainly what Watford fans will be hoping, as goalkeeper Liana Martinez just trying to organise his three-man wall. It's certainly within shooting range. It's right on the tip of the penalty area over on the right-hand side, just at the edge of the box. So there is enough of an angle to shoot. There's also plenty of scope to try and play this along the ground at the edge of the area, or indeed just whip the ball in for a header. So we'll see. There's a couple of options. You've got Ken Semmer and Tom Cleverley standing over this one. It's Cleverley's ball into the 6-yard box, but it's too close to goalkeeper Martinez. He makes the save. Doesn't want to take it too early. He's going to wait to see where his teammates go. Now he rolls it out towards John McGinn. McGinn plays it towards the halfway line. Young now leaves it for Danny Ings. Ings towards Cash down the right-hand side. His cross is quickly hooked away. All now dropping here with Adam Messina under a bit of pressure. Has to do an overhead kick just to try and alleviate some of that pressure, and he manages it though. As well there, Messina. It's going to be a throw to Villa. Still a long way away from the Watford penalty area, but at least it is in the Watford half, which is slow baby steps of some sort of improvement here for Villa. Not been too much work here for a backman inside the Watford goal so far. And Cash now rolling this ball back towards the halfway line. Picked up now by Tyrone Mings. Mings square to target. Under a bit of pressure, he goes back towards the halfway line. McGinn over towards Konza. Konza now finding some space here for Cash down the right-hand side. Not a pressing though from this Watford midfield, so the ball is back with Konza, and he goes square to Tyrone Mings. Mings now over towards the right-hand side. The visitors starting to see more possession again in these last few minutes, but it's still a long way away from goal. That's a great turn though from the marvellous Nakamba to get the ball into the box, and waiting to take the shot is Danny Ings, but that's good, really good challenge there to put the ball out for a corner. And it is just going to be a corner when we see this is a really good ball from Nakamba, and you have to say it's also an excellent challenge there from Cabaselli to put the ball out for a corner kick. Just the second corner we've had in this game, and it's the first for Aston Villa. So who's going to be taking this corner kick from the left-hand side? It's going to be the right foot of Emiliano Buendia. It will be a right-footed in-swinger. Just waiting to see where his teammates are. Buendia with a high cross into the penalty area, but also a good claim from goalkeeper Daniel Bachmann. Never looked in doubt once he got near that ball that he was going to catch it. And Bachmann now just waiting for his teammates to fan out a little bit more. He's not looking to do this too quickly, particularly with the scoreline being what it is in Watford's favour. Is out on the right-hand side. Here comes Matt Cash, breaks into the penalty area with a ball in towards playing a ball in towards Young. It's quickly deflected away and back out for a quick chance of a counter maybe for Watford, but the ball straight away back into Villa possession. Villa don't enjoy it very long either. It's easily picked off now by Kuchka, and he then plays the ball out to Ken Semmer, who's off down the left-hand side. Semmer getting towards the edge of the area, brought down by Tyrone Mings, and that is going to be a free kick. Not sure that Tyrone Mings can have any arguments about that one at all. Tried to get the ball, and in the end only took the man. So I think referee Mike Dean well within his rights to say that that was a free kick in favour of the home side, which they'll be looking to use better than the free kick they had from an almost identical position, only that one was over on the right-hand side. This time it's over on the left. And, it looks like it's going to be a combination of a couple of Watford players there. Messina was stood close to the ball. He's now walked away. Ken Semmer is also shouting out to get some attention from his teammates. Cleverley is now standing over it, so it is Cleverley or Semmer. The right foot of Cleverley or the left foot of Semmer to take this one. It's the left foot of Ken Semmer towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Header over the bar. And it was a good chance, but in the end it was Christian Cabaselli couldn't get that ball on target. Wasn't easy from his position really, but he tried his best. And you can see jumping up and down there is Isco Manoth. Looks like he's one of those more animated managers, which is always great to see a manager who's pretty much kicking every ball with his players. It's one of those managers that can sometimes become a little bit hot under the collar, but that's what you need. You need that passion from managers. I think it's something that players look for. a sign of saying that I'm with you boys, that whatever you're frustrated about on the pitch in terms of refereeing decisions or the like, that I see it as well. But certainly Munoz will be very happy with the way his side have started in this match, and very happy with the way they've managed the match since then as well, because it's been half an hour now since Watford took the lead, with about 5 minutes to go until half time. But Watford haven't really looked under too much pressure in their own box. They have had to deal with quite a lot of Villa possession in their own half. But Bachmann's had to claim a couple of crosses and keep an eye on for a couple of shots, and that's pretty much all been it. And now Watford, they're guilty there of giving the ball away a little bit too easily. But Buendia, he couldn't quite get on the end of it. He knew it was going to be a throw to Villa in any case. And it's now with Matt Cash down the right-hand side. I can tell you as well that Chelsea have doubled their lead on 40 minutes at Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 0. As Watford lose the ball in midfield, and John McGinn takes advantage. He's off and getting towards the edge of the area. Leaves the ball now for Anwar El Ghazi. El Ghazi finding Buendia. Buendia breaking into the box. Goes down. No foul though, says the referee. Ball now cleared up towards the halfway line. Here is Emmanuel Dennis, and suddenly there's a great chance for a counter for Watford. Ismaila Sarr on the right-hand side. It's a tight angle. He strikes it himself, and it's in the back of the net. Watford double their lead on 41 minutes, and it's a great counter-attack down the right-hand side. Villa have had real problems with Ismaila Sarr all afternoon, and then once again he's charging off down the right-hand side to double Watford's lead, and it is now 2-0. Really, really good counter here, and the manager, Munoz, must be delighted. It was just Dennis and Sarr, the two between them. Sarr with the strike, it deflects off the foot of Tyrone Mings and goes into the back of the net. Really, really good break from Ismaila Sarr. Really good strike as well. Gets a bit of luck with the deflection, but the way that he's been playing, you sometimes have players that play themselves into a good bit of luck. And Villa, well, their first half has gone from bad to worse now. 3 minutes plus injury time to play, and it is Watford 2, Aston Villa 0. So far, the newly promoted sides are making a very good impression here. Brentford beating Arsenal 2-0 last night. Watford already 2 up against Villa, and we're only we've still got a couple of minutes to play in the first half. We'll be down to Norwich to see how they get on in their very tough match against Liverpool this evening. As I mentioned, Chelsea with a second goal against Crystal Palace. There's no other goals to speak of. It's Burnley 1, Brighton 0, Chelsea 2, Palace 0, Everton 0, Southampton 1, Leicester 1, Wolves 0, and it is Watford 2, Aston Villa 0 here at Vicarage Road. So it was Jamie Vardy that had got the ball, that got the goal to give Leicester the lead against Wolves. So it is going to be possession now for Aston Villa after that foul from Kuchko. Chance now for Villa to try and do something here before the end of this first half. Ideally they would try and get a goal back just to give themselves half a chance, but it's quite difficult for them right now to get any of the ball. It's in midfield now, headed forward by Kuchko. Watford showed close enough, but Sema is trying to put some pressure there on Cash. Ball now played back towards the goalkeeper. Martinez thought about kicking it long, but he has a couple of options here. One of them is Ezri Konza. Plays it towards Matty Cash, and more sluggish possession here for Aston Villa inside their own half. And I'm trying to sort of work out whether or not that's down to brilliant pressing from Watford or Villa just being a little bit ordinary, a little bit predictable in possession. I think that it's got to be a little bit from column A and a little bit from column B. I think that Watford have made a very good start in this match and have defended their lead well, now doubled their lead as well. But on top of that, Villa have looked sluggish in possession, but they're trying to get something started now down the left-hand side. This time it is going to be a free kick in favour of Villa. It was El Ghazi brought down. It's a chance now for Villa to perhaps get something with the final set piece of this half, because we've got 40 seconds before we hit injury time here at Vicarage Road. It's a free kick over on the left. It's about 35 yards out from goal. It's in a good position here to try and get this ball in. It looks like it's going to be the left foot of McGinn, headed out for a corner. It's a good header in the end from Christian Cabaselli. Now he's just trying to bark out some instructions to his teammates as well. And Ings now rolling that ball out to his teammates so we can see this corner kick. We're also going to see our fourth official show the board any second now to see how much injury time there's going to be at the end of this first half. But in the meantime, here is this Villa corner. Ball's inside the 6-yard box. Konza tries to get on the end of it. He goes down. Looks towards Mike Dean like he might have been expecting a free kick. No free kick given. We're into injury time. There are going to be 2 minutes of it. And now the ball is back over after Cash's long ball just a little bit askew. And the possession back for Watford here down the left-hand side. Adam Messina waiting to take this one. Messina not seeing any rush though, as you would expect, with Watford having this 2-goal lead just before half-time. Long throw from Messina now, rolled back, and that is out for a throw to Villa this time. Kuchko couldn't keep it in the field. He's had a busy first half here, Juraj Kuchka, although he's got Kuchko, which I'm assuming is like his nickname on the back of his shirt, but his surname is actually Kuchka. And he's certainly seen a lot of the ball been involved here, trying to slow things down when Villa have been in possession. So the ball is now down the right-hand side. Long throw from Cash, looking towards Danny Ings. The ball is quickly cleared away, though, by Adam Messina. Getting underneath this one is Ezri Konza, but Emmanuel Dennis is there as well. He tries to turn, rolls that ball back towards Ken Sema, but that's going to be a free kick. And referee Mike Dean is unhappy with Konza, who's unhappy with him. Referee's explaining to Konza that he gave the advantage there for Watford, and there was none. He brought it back, but I think Villa it's not like Villa don't understand what the advantage was for. It's just they don't feel that it was a foul in the first place. But we've had the full 2 minutes of injury time now, so this certainly should be the last attack for Watford. The referee will allow this free kick to be taken by Messina, but if Watford get possession after the free kick, they need to use it very quickly. It's taking a little bit too long here. Messina switches play over towards the right-hand side. The ball is headed away by Matt Target, and that is it for this first half. Watford, newly promoted, Watford are leading 2-0 at home to Aston Villa. I'm back in 15 minutes for the second half of Tube Studio Commentary.